Huge welcome to Control the Controllables. I said I was going to bring more live shows over the last week. I'm sorry that I haven't. I've had my family here with me here in New York, and lots going on with players, and yeah, to be honest, just haven't quite got around to it. I will now. Unfortunately, my family left yesterday, so I'm going to have more time on an evening to be able to give you little updates on how things are going in New York. This is a very special one as well. Anyone that's been watching the US Open will know we had the controversial, but I think also the exciting mixed doubles event that happened the week before. And as I say that, he has joined me, the back-to-back US Open mixed doubles champion, or at least half of it, Andrea Vavasori. A big welcome to Control the Controllables. How are you doing?
Got then. I think I got in a little bit before, but I just starting to understand this app. Sorry.
Well done again. We are live. We have got people that are coming in with questions. I'm sure for yourself, Andrea. I don't think people will be asking me too many questions this evening. But a big thank you for coming on. And my starting point is that congratulations. I know we've had a couple of conversations on site. I don't like to just say it's for the doubles players because we're all tennis players. We're all part of something. But I think this one was a little bit extra special. And that's my starting point. You know, how does it feel? Back-to-back US Open champions. How's it felt the last few days?
No, yeah, it was amazing. I think we also really appreciate all the messages, all the support, and I think also all the people that came to us in these days. Some people were really special. I had Navratilova came into me and said we're supporting you, and was like, for me was an amazing feeling. Also yesterday talking to Bob Bryan, so like for me was really a different thing. And I think the most important thing we did also was like trying to send a message, and I think was also important to say in the speech after the match that doubles is a great product, and it's not about single stars playing it, but also the doubles players can bring a lot of excitement. And also the semis was really important for tennis players that are like not tennis stars maybe, but that made the people enjoy the show. So like was incredible points, highlights, and I think it was really important for the sport.
And did it feel different this year? Obviously, last year you guys were champions as well. You know, you won that towards the end of the US Open, you know, one of the later matches, you know, all of a sudden to be playing in the first week, to be playing on Ash Stadium in front of 23,000 people. I felt it. I spoke to you about this the other day. We were in Monterey, and there was more excitement around the mixed doubles event than there's ever been, right? Which has to be a good thing. And I have to also say, everyone was supporting you and Sarah, not just the doubles players. You know, you could feel it. And I'm sure Leylah Fernandez doesn't mind me saying, I'm sure Diane Schneider doesn't mind me saying, you know, there was a big feeling of everyone that everyone was getting behind you guys. And I think in the stadium as well. How different were the two experiences from last year to this year?
Yeah, I think for sure the energy was unmatched. It was great. The stadium was packed, and like playing on a night session, a mixed doubles, like it's incredible, and the people were enjoying it. The noise was was so loud. Also in few points, I think also the level of the game was really high. So I think the people were enjoying also for that. But as you said. One of the things that we bring from this event is that doubles like can really be something different, no, and also bring great excitement. And yeah, we felt so much support from our country, but also from the stadium, from the people that also play singles. So also the respect of them was like it's something that is giving us confidence. And yeah, from last year because when you won a mixed doubles title before, there was also always the feeling, yeah, but if the singles player play, maybe you don't win, no. So
Yeah.
right now we don't have anymore this thing, and I think maybe this one was the best one. Like we won last year in US Open, this year in French Open, but this one, like the feeling of this one was different.
And how many people did get in touch with you after?
Yeah, a lot. But also also you can feel the respect of the people. No, also like walking on site, everyone was coming to me, to Sarah, and telling us, yeah, we were supporting you, we were cheering for you, and I think that something that will remain also for the next years. And as I said, the message for me was the most important thing. Not going against the tournament because it's something that brought us visibility.
Absolutely.
They did a fantastic job on the social medias, on the broadcasters, interviewing us on court, off court, the press conference. I think that also what I said in the press conference after the final, this can be a starting point for the future of doubles. If we take the positive things about it, I think as a player council member, what I'm trying to push from the beginning of January is that we need social media. I know that the past champions already tried it. To push for that, they didn't take the win, but I have a lot of passion. I don't lose hope easily, so I will continue to try to change this thing that we in these days of the new generations. I think the most important thing is try to push for the product, and the social medias, Instagram, TikTok, the broadcasters, the interviews, the backstage. There are so many things you can do to bring the doubles player to the big platforms, and I think that if you go to a match and you don't know the protagonist, you don't get involved, and you don't like, it's different when you go to a football match and you have your favorite players. It's totally different feeling, and I think if we do a good work in the next years, maybe we can create double stars. We don't know. Maybe someone will say no, it's impossible, but we don't know because we never tried. They tried with the Bryans because they were obviously legends. They won so many things, and they were brothers, and the brand of the Bryan brothers was unmatched. But maybe if we do a good work, maybe in 3-4 years we will have also double stars, and maybe more people will play doubles, and the fans, also the kids, maybe will follow a different path from singles players. And so I think it's a path that we have to try to run.
So well said, Andrea. And there's things I want to jump into on this, but the one, I have this picture of you and Sarah that I've seen now on multiple occasions, which is you, a kind of a man giant, 6'4", with kind of Sarah with her kind of arms and legs wrapped around you, you know, when you win the titles, and you've got almost like your little brand where you kind of go and you flex to each other.
Yeah.
And I think it's that what draws me to you guys, and I'm sure this is the same with tennis enthusiasts, I believe you guys have become a brand. Yeah. You know, you guys have become, we feel your passion, we feel your energy, we feel your emotion. And I always think doubles is missing a trick here, because I was actually at the US Open last year. So the year before you guys won it, I was coaching Harry Haliavara, and him and Anna Danilina won the mixed doubles, and we were very emotional, and it was very different because they'd never met each other before the signing. And then last year I was in the office when the signing was happening, and you had quite a lot of top doubles players were in there 5 minutes before saying, is anyone looking for a partner? You know, and this word, I want to bring this around into, I guess, a point that I'd love your thoughts on. You use the word respect, and that's my thing on this. I'm not here to be dissing anybody. So I love singles players. I love tennis.
Yeah, for sure.
But for me, I love all tennis players, and but I think there's an opportunity for us to make more stars. But there's also, I feel, I've worked pretty strongly in doubles for 3 or 4 years now. There's a little bit of a disrespect towards, oh, you're a doubles player. Oh, it's mixed doubles. Oh, almost degrading of it. Whereas, what can we do? You know, we can talk about it, but what can we do to, one, bring that respect, but two, grow the brand, grow these Errani Vavasori partnerships that people then lock into? Because it'd be if you played with someone random next year, it feels different, right? It feels like, well, no, I want to see Errani Vavasori. I don't want to see Vavasori and Schneider. You know, that's what I'm locked into. So what can the doubles players or the tennis players do about this? Because it feels like now's the time to strike.
Yeah, no, for sure we have to build the momentum. And I also spoke to many people these days and doubles players. I also spoke to Eric Butorak a few times. And I think for sure the partnership is really important, because, as you said, when you build a brand, the people recognize it. So I think it's really important, maybe also to think about start a partnership at the beginning of the year. If we speak about mixed doubles, maybe the best doubles players choose themselves and play and stick to the partnership all year. Because I was also speaking today with Eric, and he was telling me it's tough if you choose doubles teams that didn't play together. They don't know maybe the partnership, the people don't know the story behind. Also, if you see Arevalo and Siniakova, they even don't know themselves. So I think but if they start to play from Australia together, maybe they win one. You have a story to tell. You have images, you have videos, you have backstage together, and then you go to US Open mixed doubles championships, and you have a story to tell. Yep. So I was suggesting, also speaking to some of the top doubles players, maybe next year we choose a girl to play with, and we stick with her all the year. And maybe I was also
the girls choose you.
Yeah, I'm not telling. No. These days we have to be careful with the word. Sorry, I don't want to be.
And we know the girls are the boss, Andrea. We know that the girls are the bosses anyway.
No, but I'm thinking about what is the best to do for doubles, because even if I'm also thinking maybe they can do an exhibition if they want to bring the tennis single stars, and you maintain the same Grand Slam mixed doubles title in the first and second week of the tournament. Yep. But I think we lose an opportunity to for the spotlight of the best doubles teams, because if you do an exhibition and the stadium is packed and you have just singles players, the doubles player lose interest anyway. So if you bring the best doubles teams in the draw and you show that we are great players, as we showed this year, I think it's a great opportunity for us. And we have so many great players. You're coaching Gaby and Erin they are doing a fantastic job. So I think it's we lose an opportunity to show our skills. And for sure, maybe just thinking about what is the best process to select the best doubles teams. Maybe we can also think about a mixed doubles race, and the fans can also look at our ranking. And when you step on court, they say, look, there is the number one mixed doubles team in the world, and also they get there is a story behind it. Is fantastic to tell.
Very good. You talk about social media, and I don't know if you've heard me say this before. I've said it a few times, and I apologize for people that have heard it before. And it was the Monte Carlo final day.
Yeah.
And Tennis TV had 17 posts of Carlos Alcaraz winning Monte Carlo. Great tennis. We all love Carlos Alcaraz. Yeah. There was one post of Carlos Alcaraz jumping in a swimming pool. It was the same day Rory McIlroy won the Masters Golf. There was one post on Tennis TV for Rory McIlroy. And on that day, Guinard and Arnedo won the doubles in an amazing match. You know, crowd were going crazy. The emotion was high. The Prince of Monaco was there, and there was 0 posts.
Yeah,
you know, and that in a nutshell. So another thing, and I have to say it, maybe it's a bit cheeky now that you're in front of me, but one of the things I said on the podcast last week is maybe Andrea and Sarah could take a percentage of the prize money and put that towards someone to run the marketing. Now, that shouldn't fall on you guys, but it does feel to me that the players almost need to come together with a bit of a union and say, okay, if the ATP WTA, because the difficult thing in this is who is responsible. And I spoke to Eric Budarak last year, and for him, he's responsible for the US Open. He's not responsible for making double stars, or the ATP, or the WTA, or the ITF, or the you've got all the Grand Slams. So it feels to me that maybe there needs to be a bit of a doubles players union here that goes, right, guys, we maybe put a small percentage of our prize money together, or we do something that creates maybe our own content creator, that goes and actually proposes that to Tennis TV, or proposes that to the big social media platforms, and says, right, we're going to bring kind of 2-3 full-time people here, and we're going to get it out there. Because let's be honest, I was watching the tennis last night. I watch it every night. I'm obsessed. I love tennis. The points that people are excited about are the points, even on a singles court, when someone runs into a drop shot and they play a dink, and then there's a volley, and then there's a quick volley, and then someone knocks a volley for a winner down the line, and it brings an excitement. And this is what doubles points are like all the time. So when we're talking about highlight reels and something that's really going to get to the heart of excitement on social media, doubles is creating those points all the time. So, is that something that you think could be created as well?
Yeah, I don't know if I can speak really open about it, but we tried, and I don't think we can, honestly.
Okay.
So because there are the rights, and they own the rights. So also if we think about them like investing, we honestly we spoke about it, and the doubles player were will to put some money on it, but it's not a thing that we can do on our own. And I think it's gonna be still a long fight. But no, I don't know if fight is the correct word, but to try to. I think this event was really important, because now, if we go to speak, we say, look, the product is working. Like
the product is not an issue.
The product is not an issue, but the most important thing for sure is, as I said, the marketing is
marketing and visibility.
Marketing and visibility is the first thing, because when you start to know the players, the job is done. And I think it's tough to talk about business these days, because when you think about business, it's normal that you think about the first two players, because the tennis is running around like Sinner and Alcaraz, if we speak about business. But I think the nice thing of our sport is that you can tell about passion, you can tell stories, how maybe a guy living in India can completely transform his life and become one of the best doubles players in the world. So I think I'm maybe too romantic sometimes. I think too much on the background of the players, how tennis can inspire people and really can change your life. And I think I also think about the next generations. I wrote a few, like 2 statements before when I knew about this change of the rule. One about the tradition and history of the Grand Slams. That is something that is really, like, for me, was really important.
I agree.
But also we have to think about also the future of our sport. So like this event anyway was important. And I also wrote another one because I was following the social medias, and some guys were writing things that I was not. Many things were not in common with my personal opinion, and I wrote about let a kid dream, no, and why maybe a little kid can watch a doubles match, maybe of a final in a Grand Slam, and be inspired, and maybe in the future do the same thing. I think there is not something that like you have to critic maybe in there are so many nice stories. And if you think about Arevalo, coming from
Amazing.
from a little country and inspires so many people in Central America, no? And also he has a huge platform, and maybe he's inspiring so many kids in his place, no? And I think it's a nice thing, and we have to push for that, because it's not just about business, our sport. For sure it's important, because the business is growing, the sport,
Yeah.
but there are also many things that we have to consider.
And it's an entrepreneurial sport, right?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, a lot of sports, you get picked, you get selected to play for a team, or you don't get selected. And the thing that I love about tennis is this feeling of hope.
Yeah.
Is, you know, you can really dream, and you can also control your own destiny.
Yes.
Because you can go and play. You can play events. Wherever I could go and sign in as a 45-year-old who hasn't played for many years in Tunisia this weekend, and I could dream that I could qualify and win the tournament and get my ranking up, and maybe be in Australia playing. Maybe the dream's gone a bit far, but you get the idea. You know, that's what they can do. Now, the one question I do want to ask, because one of the things that annoys me a little bit is that someone like yourself doesn't get the respect for how good you are at tennis.
Yeah.
Like, and for people listening, you know, I believe your career high in singles was 128. You are still having, you know, good wins on the singles court this year. You know, you're still obviously a very good tennis player, whether that's singles or doubles. But if I go back to 2023, when you were around about 120 in the world, why was that the time that you started to specialize more in doubles than in singles? What was it that moved? Because you were only 28 years old at that time. What was the reason for you to go that way?
Yeah, honestly, I have a different story from most of the guys. I come from a normal family. I didn't have so much money to invest in my career, so I started really young because my father is my coach. But I did a normal school, a public school in my city. Didn't play so many tournaments when I was a junior, even if I was quite good, not for sure one of the best, but I was like a normal tennis player of his age. And then I started to travel when I was 19, but like playing also the tennis league in Italy to try to gain money and then invest in my career, always traveling alone. And my doubles career was always anticipating my singles career. So I was like winning the future of doubles before playing good in singles.
Mm-hmm.
I was winning challengers in doubles before playing good in challengers in singles. And for a few years, I had the ranking to step up in doubles, but I still play singles.
Yep.
And then when I started to play really good in doubles in ATPs also, there was also always the chance what I do, like I choose doubles or no. And then there was 1 year that I was playing good in both, but we made like the partnership with Simone, and for me Simone was always like a guy to follow, because he's 9 years more than me. He always play with Fabio, and they reached so many results together. So like for me was like a big partnership to follow, and my goal at the beginning of the year was of last year was to play the final in my city at the end of the year, to play the Olympics. That was one of my childhood dreams, and to play in Davis Cup. And Davis Cup is not easy to play in my country right now, because there are so many good players, and the only possibility was to be the best doubles team in Italy. And so at the beginning of the year, we made this final in Australia, and like was unexpected, because we were at the time 45, 50 in the world. And from there was tough, because in single I was having my best ranking, 120, 28, 130. I was playing still good, so I was like playing good in the qualities of the slams. Also the year before I did the second round in Paris. So I think I will not reach my best in singles. Maybe the best I could have reached. Maybe I could have gone top 100, 60, 70. I don't know what I could have reached. But that gave me so many things that I cannot be be sad about it, because last year we made 2 Grand Slam finals. I did the Olympics. It was a unbelievable experience. We won the Davis Cup, and I was part of the team. And I made the finals with in my city with my team, my family, all the people cheering for me. So also the first Grand Slam with Sarah in the mixed was an unbelievable experience for me. And I want to become the best possible in doubles right now. In singles, I'm trying to play when I have the opportunity. This year, I made 150 points in 2 weeks in Rotterdam and Manama.
Yeah.
And I'm still like 320, I think now. But it's getting very tough, because when they changed the format of the thousands in 2 weeks, for this kill my singles career, because if you want to play the best tournaments in the world, you have to stay 2 weeks in the tournaments, and now I don't have the opportunity to play challenger in the free time, because I'm always on tour. And so it's okay. I'm enjoying my life right now. Also having a partner I like, with Simone. We are great friends with Sarah also, and so it's okay. Like I will try to push, and like still I'm, as I said, I'm passionate about it, and I will try to bring my energy in doubles.
Very good. I went to US college. I played US college tennis, and my coach at US college was about top 30 doubles player from I was about to say the 80s. I think it was late 80s. And I remember him saying something to me when I was age 18. When I had a similar conversation, he said, I always looked at it that you should try and play the highest level tennis that you can, whether that's singles or doubles, the biggest events. And now now I'm fortunate enough as a coach to have been around the last few years, there's such a privilege to being there at the end of these big events, and whether that's just being on the grounds, on the practice courts, in the player restaurant, having the chance to be on the biggest courts in the world. And certainly, I love hearing your story, because I think not enough people understand what a privilege that is. To actually be able to play at those events. Now, because I don't want to take up all of your time, and we've got so many questions that have come in for you, Andrea. I will not get to all of them, but there's lots of questions that have come in. I can't have you on without speaking about your partner in Sara Errani. She's someone who, we compete against a lot as the coach of Gabby Dabrowski and Erin Routliffe. I spoke to the coaches a lot, and WTA finals, they beat them 11-9 in the third, and I almost felt guilty, because they're my favorite pot pair, even though we compete against them. They're just such like lovely people and legends, and I'm kind of fascinated by how she plays the game, and how intelligent she is, and how she finds spaces on the court and changes tactics and all of those things. But just give us some of those things that maybe what makes Sara Errani so special on a doubles court, that maybe someone watching at home might not pick up those little small nuances.
Yeah, no, Sara is amazing. Like last year when we won the mixed doubles, we started with a match point against us in the first round, and like we did a fantastic tournament. And I think also she made me a better player, because she's very intelligent on court. She's smart. She like sees the game before it happens. So we love to talk about tactics before the game and during the game. We have find our way also to win her service games that are maybe not so easy, but like the combination of us is working well. And also I have lost two Grand Slam finals last year with Simone, and we were like close to them, but like winning with her was nice for me. Like I was looking at her face, and she gave me confidence during the final, and I bring some of that like energies, like some of that like also like she was like I was looking at her, and I was sure to win that final. So I bring also that confidence to my third final in Grand Slam, and we were like 2 points to win this year in Australia. But I think
an amazing match. That was an amazing match.
Yeah, it was a 3-hour match in the middle of the night. But yeah, she's great. Also today we had a practice together, me and Simone against her and Jasmine. So we bring also a lot of fun on court, a lot of energy, and I think she's great for the game. She has so many people that support her in Italy, and like someone that wins 9 Grand Slams. She made the final in the French Open, so she's a legend of our sport for sure.
Golden Slam.
Slam. Also the gold medal that she cared so much was the thing that she cared the most, and she reached also that. So it's unbelievable.
Andrea, we have a few questions of different people that have come in, if you don't mind, before you head off. I know that you then got to get yourself ready to go again tomorrow. But we've got one here from Reese, who says, what things do you like to eat on a training day versus a match day?
I think I try to eat always clean. During a match day, I always try to take a plate of white rice and some fruits at least 1 hour 30 before the game. I don't want to eat too much. Like I don't eat protein before the match. Maybe I eat an energy bar, but during like outside of the matches, I'm trying to eat a lot because I practice maybe 2 hours in the gym, 2 hours on court, so I have to eat a lot, and my body also needs that. So I have a diet specialist that is trying to help me. I was already good before, but he gave me some things just to consider before and after the match.
I can attest. We practiced after you today, and you were practicing with your shirt off, Andrea. I know that eating clean. It was very intimidating for me to walk on that court after I tell you that. It wasn't putting me in a good light at all. We got a question here from Mike Digby. What are the 3 main key attributes to being a good doubles partner?
Yeah, I think for sure you have to listen to your partner, and I like when we win in 2, we lose in 2. Like even if your partner is playing not in a good way, you have to bring the good energy. I think it is the most important thing. I love to play with Simone and Sara because we really like we are really friends, and like winning or losing doesn't change anything. And when I was playing with other partners, I was struggling with that sometimes. And then you have to work a lot on your serve and your return. Serve is the most important game because you have to hold the serve in a way, and return because you have to let the opponents play every time you can. Lobbing, maybe playing cross, playing line, trying to understand where the opponent goes. If he's covering the middle, maybe find a way that he doesn't reach the ball, and then work on the net game. I think we are playing a lot serve and volley, so the first volley is very important. And then I'm trying to stay very close to the net to have a good reaction when the opponents return.
Very good. And from Dylan McPherson here, how many hours of sleep do you get on average each night of a tournament?
Yeah, I'm trying to sleep more like from 8 hours over. I think sleep is very important. Sometimes we don't think too much on it, but for the recovery is the most important thing.
And from Gillian Rogers, what do you do off court to build your playing partnership to make you a better team?
I think we spend a lot of time together. I think also dinner is nice to be all together with the team. We are traveling all the time together, speaking also outside of the court, and we look also at the opponents together sometimes, like most of the time, and we also work on our game about it. So I think it's important to create a friendship. I think it's tough to play with a guy if you don't like, even if you are winning, because the year is so long and you spend so much time out of your house. And I think it's important because if you have fun and you are enjoying your time on the tour, it's for sure something that will get your career longer, I think.
And it's amazing, and certainly won't go into names, but you obviously see it, you feel it out here on tour. It's amazing how many doubles partners don't hang out off the court.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
true. Yeah,
it's unbelievable. You can kind of see, you can see the teams that have that energy and they have that feeling. And just to pick up on your point, it's like you guys are traveling maybe 36, 37, 38 weeks a year. It's your
yeah, it's
life,
tough.
right? It's not
Yeah.
a it's not, and that's very abnormal for so many people. That's not a normal job, so if you're not enjoying those 36, 37, 38 weeks a year, then you're in trouble, really, aren't you?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. No, it's the year is so long, and I think it's one of the most important things on a partnership. I think I will struggle to play with a guy that I don't like, of course. Honestly, I think
Yeah.
it's one of the most important things.
I agree. We got three more questions I'm going to throw at you, and then you can go and get that clean eating and that 8 hours sleep. But from Winston, he said, well, I'll read it the other way around. He said, the Italians, they always seem together and always seem to be having fun. So my question for Andrea: so many Italian players are doing well on the men and women's side. Is there a group chat with the Italian players, and if so, who is in it?
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah, we are a great group of guys. We like each other, and like these days we're having dinner always with me, Simone, and Jasmine, and Sarah, and but also with all the other guys, with Cobolli, with Musetti, also with Yannick. It's always nice to chat. Also when we follow each other on tour, and with Berrettini. I think we have a. I don't know if you know the game Lupus in Fabula. It's a game in Italy, and we created a chat because sometimes when we are free, we like combine the evenings together and we play this game, and so it's nice like to catch up.
I like it. I always used to see it with the Australians, because the Australians are traveling from so far. They kind of tend to come to Europe for 4 months in a row. And I always thought the Australians always seemed to support each other. There was a real nice camaraderie. But it does seem like Italian tennis has also kind of joined in on that, and that it's a lovely thing to see. And I think it helps it a lot.
Yeah, it's true. No, it's also nice because we follow also our results. We support each other, and I think it makes the difference, because sometimes when you're away and you have a lot of friends with you, it's a nice feeling.
Yeah. My advice to all tournaments is turn the electricity off on a night, because in Madrid, when the electricity went off, everyone was together, everyone was talking,
it's true.
Everyone was playing games. Like all of us in our team, we had the best night of the year, and we were playing like a little board game
without the phones.
Without the phones. So I think this is the secret. We got a question here from Tom Lindley. He said, what is your biggest advice for someone starting their professional journey on the Futures Tour?
Yeah, I have a brother that is starting, so I know that it's not easy. I also struggle a little bit at the beginning, a lot of will to do good, but it's tough because you're losing matches, you don't gain money, everything seems so big from you, and I think it's also tough because you don't know the pathway, And I think right now I know what I have to expect.
Yep.
I think it's easier, but I think the most important thing is to work hard, to believe in yourself, in your journey, and even if you have tough losses, to continue building and trying to make things work. And one of the most also important things is to have a team behind you, a family that like believe in you. I think if you don't believe in yourself, sometimes you need a person that pushes you. And my people was my dad and my mother that were like pushing me, and also in the tough moments when I was away, maybe losing first round of qualies in a future, but saying me it will be all worth it in the future.
Very good. And last question, it comes from John Rogers. He says, could you envisage a hybrid version of the new and traditional mixed doubles formats at Grand Slams? One that both respects the tour professionals and attracts singles stars?
I didn't understand at the beginning.
So what he's asking, like, is there a way of maybe having a hybrid, maybe having 2 events in the mixed doubles where you're respecting the doubles players that are the professionals, but you're also attracting the single stars? How do we almost get both of those things?
Yeah, I think it's as I said before at the beginning, is I think as doubles players, I think the tradition and history of the Grand Slams is so important, but at the same time, we don't have to lose opportunity to create the spotlight for doubles. So we have to think about it. I think there will be some ideas also in the future, and will be nice also for me to speak with many people and to create ideas. But I think it will be nice next year to bring more doubles team to the mixed doubles format of the US Open, and like give the spotlight for many teams, for many players that deserve it, and that this year maybe they didn't have the opportunity. So, but we have to use this format for creating also interest, like and doing and like bring the social media as they did in these days, like bring a lot of videos, a lot of highlights backstage. Maybe also trying to run the mics on during matches. I think we can also create so many things that maybe singles players cannot do that, because it's impossible to bring a mic on for a singles match, because you don't speak with anyone. And for doubles, you have the communication between the players. You have the communication with the team, maybe before or during practice. I think there are many things that we can do to develop our sport, and I think singles will be always the main product, but doubles also can get some things in the future.
I'd like the conversation between the players that are trying to switch partners.
Yeah, also that.
Like like Love Island.
This is good.
But my last question on the back of that is: do you think the other Grand Slams will go the same way as the US Open?
No, I don't think so. I think Wimbledon will keep the tradition, because for them is the main thing. And I also spoke with Craig Tiley of the Australian Open many times.
Yeah,
and maybe he will run the exhibition before the event, but I think he will keep the same format for the Grand Slam tournament. And I don't know, honestly, with French Open we didn't have a conversation yet, so we will see in the future.
Okay. Andrea Vavasori, you're a superstar. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you, Dan.
The very best of luck to you and Simone this week, and yeah, thanks from everyone from Control the Controllables.
It was a very nice chat, and I think we can do a great job, I think, in the future. So we have to stick together, the passionate ones.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Andrea. See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
So there we have it, guys. Andrea Vavasori, absolutely fantastic. Thank you for his time. I will be back at some point in the next couple of days, maybe tomorrow night. If you want to hear more from the US Open, please do reach out. You know, the feedback is massively important. If we get the feedback that you want these, then we'll continue to bring them to you. But until next time, I'm Dan Kiernan, and we are Control the Controllables.